Hi, good evening. I'm back again. My name is Joan, and today I'm going to show you how to make ground meat, like they call it in the US, mince as they call it in India, or kheema in Hindi. The ingredients that you require for this recipe are this is ground meat. You can have goat meat or a beef or chicken or even turkey. If you ever use it with if you ever make this dish with turkey, always use thigh meat or the dark meat of the turkey. The spices involved are, and this is about a pound of ground meat or minced meat. You have 2 small green chillies. You have a teaspoon and a half of whole peppercorns. You have about 4 cloves, half a teaspoon of cardamon seeds with the pods removed. You have an inch and a half of cinnamon stick, 1 bay leaf, and a teaspoon and a half of cumin seeds. Half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, one chopped onion. I used a red onion, 1 tablespoon of finely chopped ginger, and a tablespoon and a half of finely chopped garlic or garlic paste. 2 potatoes cut up. You can also cube the potatoes, but I like to cut them up into smaller pieces. 1 and a half tomato chopped fine. I use frozen peas. You can use about a cup of peas. So let's start making the dish. Bring this forward. You have a view of the stove. Now I've heated about a tablespoon of oil in this vessel here, and what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put the onions. I'm just going to give them a toss. You don't need to fry them till they're brown or anything like that, but as the onion is frying, what I'm going to do is I'm going to crush these whole spices a little coarsely. I don't like to use powders. Many people do use powders, but I prefer to use whole spices and then crush them. I won't crush the cumin seeds, but I'll crush everything else. Just a mild, just to break it up so that you don't get huge pieces of all these spices in your mouth when you're eating. I sometimes use whole spices because I do not mind whole spices showing up in my mouth when I'm eating. So there you go, you grind it to a coarse mix. The aromas are great. So now you fry the onions till they're a little translucent. You can put it between medium and high. After I do this video, I'm going to put up a second video in which I make something called pan rolls. They're very popular, like a snack, or sometimes people also make it's like an appetizer or a snack if you wish. I make it using this ground meat, but basically for dinner we're going to have this ground meat with rotis or parathas. You can check out my video on rotis and parathas. We're going to have that with rotis or parathas. You can also have this mince with rice and mango pickle maybe. Now this is ground. The onions are fried, and I'm going to throw in the whole spices. I'm going to give the whole spices a little toss. Don't fry them too much. They're coarsely ground. If they were powders, I would use them last. So closely brown, then I drop in the ginger and the garlic. The cumin, the green chilies, and the bay leaf. Now all this is being done in real time, so you can see that it doesn't, preparation takes about 10 or 15 minutes. Don't burn the ginger or the garlic. Put the tomatoes in. Now when you put the tomatoes in, you can put the heat on between medium and high again. You don't need to cook the tomatoes to a complete pulp, but just so that they just get a bit soft. The tomatoes release quite a bit of water, so at this stage you can put the turmeric powder, about half a teaspoon of turmeric powder. I just eyeball it. And about a teaspoon of chili powder, and if you want it hotter or milder, you can change the amount of chili powder. And give it a mix like this. Okay, now I want you to see the mix. I want you to see what the mixture looks like, so that when you're making it, you have an idea. This is what it looks like. You see, with all the water that the tomato has released. So we fry it up for, say, another 30 seconds or so. Okay. The tomatoes become nice and pulpy pretty fast. In the US, I use Roma tomatoes. I think they're the best for Indian cooking. And then I drop in the meat. I break up the meat. I add some salt. I'll add about a teaspoon of salt. And this is what the mixture looks like with the meat in it. Okay, it's cooking away. Ground meat cooks pretty fast. But you don't have to wait till the meat is cooked. You drop in the potatoes. Put in a cup of peas. I'm going to eyeball this too. This is about a cup. Okay. Give it a stir. You can add coriander powder at the stage in which I add the ground spices. You can add coriander powder, that's optional. I don't add it every time. I also add about a quarter teaspoon of sugar. So, you know, it balances the saltiness, the hotness, and you have some sweetness from the tomatoes and the sugar. And a teaspoon of vinegar, apple cider raw vinegar, which is optional. You don't need to, but it gives it a good flavor, but it's optional. I think I'm going to add a little more peas into it. And then just leave it to cook till the peas and the potatoes are done, because you know ground meat cooks really well. So by the time the potatoes are done, the ground meat will be ready. So this is what it looks like cooking right now, and that's what it will look like when you plate it and serve it. So that's it for keema. I'm going to post this video right now, and I'm going to put all the ingredients in. Let's have your feedback and your questions and your comments. Thank you, and have a great evening. Good night.